Okay, so I got a little quickie project for the Bonneville today. I have a Givi rack plate or top box plate, and this is kind of the reason why I wanted to stick with this Givi rack, because when you put this on, it's very low profile. The rack doesn't stick out way past this top box rack. So let me get a knife and I'll get this open. And I'll show you what it's going to look like on the bike. Like I said, it's very, very low profile. You can go right up against this crossbar. It's not going to intrude onto the passenger area a whole lot. And it's very easy to put on. Hardware's in the bag, and the nuts and bolts will attach to this, and they go through here into to hold the rack on. Let's see if I can bring you over and show you what that's going to look like. Oops! After I pick it up off the ground. All right. So you can see the crossbars, of the rack. There's plenty of mounting options, so it's just a matter of picking the right holes and getting the brackets on here and getting it attached. So let's just bring you back over here on the tripod. And I'll see if I can show you what's involved with this. Now, it's really easy. I put one of these on my e-bike, which is why I went with this same one, because now what it's going to allow me to do is to take the top box off the e-bike when I'm not riding it and put it on the motorcycle when I need it. I always like to dump all my hardware in little buckets or trays or whatever, just so I don't lose nothing. Alright, so what's required with this? I need an Allen wrench and probably a small quarter drive socket. And let's see what we got for tools. Got a T-handle, and this is probably a 10 mil. Yep. Okay, so that's all I need for tools. 5mm Allen head and a 10mm socket. So see if I can pick which hole I want to use. Now they give you the brackets. It's pretty nice. Oh, this is going to be easy. Okay, I did this, like I said, I did this on my e-bike. So what I do is I just put everything in here loose, and you have these little square slotted pieces that go in the holes. See if I need 3 hands to do this. Okay, there's one. Do I like that? Or do I want to choose another hole? I'm not sure. One thing that's cool is they give you a bunch of mounting options, so if it doesn't space out right, you can choose another hole. Let's try this one. Because you might get it in on one side and then not get it in, oops, drop my nut, and then not get it in on the other side. Yeah, this might space better. Let's see if I can get this one in now. That's going to take it right to the outer edge, so that'll give it its most strength. Oh yeah, that's going to work. So basically these brackets span across two of the tubes. And it's kind of got, you know, this W-shaped bracket. So like I say, it'll span across two of the tubes. So let's see, which one do I want to use up here? Probably this one. And the same thing, drop it in. I'm glad I'm in the shade out here today. It's a little warm. Let's see, do I really want to use that one? Maybe I'll use this hole. Will that one work? Yeah, it goes in. No, I don't like the way it sits on the bracket. It doesn't sit flat. I'll go back to the first choice. I like that. That's not even tight. It's already solid. So let me show you if I can show you what I ended up going with here. So these are super easy to put on. So I got, you can see the holes that I chose. Over here, and then, you know, the crossbar goes right here, the rack bar. So that W bracket spans right across. It spans right across both of those tubes on both sides. Super secure. Alright, so let's see what it takes to tighten this up now. Put this bucket over here for a minute. And these are nylocks. They're lock nuts. So you don't need any Loctite, which I normally am a fan of, but with lock nuts it's not really necessary. Alright, here's the rears. Well, I'm going to have to take this extension off. Can't get in there. Yeah, it's pulling down nice. like this because with this rack, you can't really even see the brackets. And on the bottom edge of this rack, all the way around, there's little pockets. So if I want to, if I don't have the top box on and I want to use it like a rack, the bungee cord or a bungee net will still fit around it. Okay, so that's it. That's all there is to that. That's on. Everything's centered. Looks pretty good. Am I happy with it? Yeah, I think I am. All right. Now for the next little part to put on, and I got to get a really tiny screwdriver because there's a couple of really tiny screws that are going to go in here. And basically what you do now is you take this cover plate and snap it in. Oops. Come on now. Alright, there's the cover plate. And there's two little teeny tiny screws. I gotta see if I even got a screwdriver out here small enough to fit that little tiny screw. And one goes here, one goes here, and that just dresses it up. It hides all your mounting hardware. So it gives it a nice clean look. Now to try to find a screwdriver small enough in this mess of a garage I got. Oh, there's one. Oh, that'll work. So this is kind of why I went through all the trouble of refabricating this rack to make it fit this bike, was so that I could use the Givi rack and I could use this Givi top plate to allow me to put a Givi top box on. Now I have a smaller top box on my e-bike and it uses this same plate, so that like if I go someplace and I need extra carrying capacity, that's what I can use the top box for. Alright, so this mounting plate, I don't know if it gives you a part number. Let's see if I can show you here. That's what it is, Z113C2. It's the part number for this. Universal monolock adapter plate. Alright, so this is what's going to be really slick with this. Is if I pan over here and show you, there's the top plate on my e-bike. And I'm going to pause you for a minute. I got to get the key for, I don't have the key for the top box. I got to grab that. Okay, so let's see if I can show you what's going to go on with this now. Bring you over to my e-bike. And I like my e-bike. I ride it to work and back every day. I love this bike. You put the key in, turn it, and you just pop the bottom off. And then we're going to walk you over here to the motorcycle. And now what this is going to allow me to do is just pop that on there. Uh-oh. What happened to my lock? Something got stuck. Let me take the key out. There we go. So now, if I need extra storage when I go on a trip, I have it. So normally this is on my e-bike every day, because when I go to work I put my lunchbox in here, and then when I get to work I take my helmet off and put that in here, Let's see if I can give you an idea what it would be like with a passenger sitting on it. So let's pull the passenger pegs down. And if I come over here, there we go. I can still get in on and off the bike easy enough. Now this is going to be weird. I've never sat in the passenger spot on this bike because I'm never the passenger. Well, yeah, but there's still room for me. Passenger could sit here. And my girlfriend now, she'll have a little something to lean on. I think this is going to work out great. Alright, so now when I don't want it, like right now, I just pop it off. Walk back over to the e-bike and you see it's got the exact same plate on it. I'll put this on the e-bike, take the key out, locks on, and now the e-bike's ready for me to go back and forth to work again. And the same thing I like about the e-bike, I was just say if I'm not going to work and I don't need my lunch bag and my coffee cup and thermos and all that jazz, I can pop that right off and I can just ride it without it. So now, let's come back over and look at the bike. Alright, still nice and clean. This doesn't stick out a whole lot. It's nice to have. You know, I can use it as a regular rack if I want, or I can put a top box on. Now, this is, I think they call this one, this is a monolock. So, there's other boxes that they have other than that big square one that I just showed you. Well, it's not real big. It's actually a small square one. I think it's like a 30 liter. I can get a helmet in it. There again, like I said, I commute back and forth to work on it. So I put my lunch box and coffee cup and all that jazz in there and off to work I go. But you can get other boxes. There's several other styles. There's some that are bigger. They got 40 liter and 50 liter that they all attach to this same plate. So this is kind of why I'm a fan of the Givi stuff, because a lot of it is interchangeable with other models. So that's it for today's little project. I keep tinkering with the Bonneville here and I'm having fun with it. And if you like what I do, you like some of the little projects that I'm doing, or you have any questions or comments, like, subscribe, comment. I answer my comments. I always save that part to the end of my videos. I don't like to start my videos off with that. It's just, you know, somebody told me I should be doing it, so I've been doing it. I've been mentioning that, you know, hey, this is what it takes to do videos, and this is what it took for me to get this little Givi box on here. So another thing I'll show you while I got the camera going is, I don't know if I showed this when I did this installation video on this windshield, but it's really simple to get this off. Let me show you what's involved here. So this is the quick release bracket, and you slide this out and swing it up, okay? And you go over to the other side and you do the same thing. You slide this out and you swing it up out of the way. And I'm going to put you on this back on the tripod because I need both hands to do this. Now to take the windshield off, it's really simple. That's it. Want it back on? Okay, let's go back on. There we go. And then it's just a matter of swinging this around, locking that back down, and there she is, locked back on. I've been really happy with this. I mean, it seems like it's loose, but it really isn't. I've been super happy with this windshield. On the road, it's really nice. It's so much more relaxing to ride it with this windshield on here. The wind goes right up over my head. I've been playing with it, you know, the adjustments on it a little bit, trying to get it, you know, a little more dialed in. In fact, it's so simple. You loosen two knobs, and then you can raise or lower the windshield Or in this case, I'm just going to move it up one notch, and it's on detents. You heard it click into place, and then you tighten this knob down. Okay, so now I've just increased the angle. I should put it a little more upright, so maybe it'll go up over my head a little bit more. And it was just that simple to do. Really happy with this Madstad windshield. Great company. They make them up as you order them. So when you order one, generally it takes a couple weeks to get it because they make it per order. But I've been really happy with it. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll catch you all on the next one.